Power Rangers. Probably the longest running children's show besides Sesame Street, of course. But over its 27 years on the air, yes, it'll be 27 this year, it's garnered some good seasons and some bad seasons. And so today we're going to stop and rank every season. Now, couple things. All three Mighty Morphin seasons, as well as the Alien Rangers, will be put together as one. As well as the Neo Saban regular and super seasons as one, as they are continuing one narrative. I don't like how they do some things. They'll be counted as one as well. So with that in mind, there are 20 seasons to rank. Let's get started. Starting off, bottom of the barrel, number 20. Power Rangers Turbo. Yes, you knew this was coming. So, one of the biggest problems with this season is it doesn't take itself seriously, which is a contrast. Now, the first few seasons of this weren't that, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was goofy, but it was somewhat serious. And Zeo was a little more serious than Mighty Morphin. So you get to this one, and you got Rangers being baked into pizza. Not only that, is that long-running Rangers such as Tommy and Kat and Adam were let go. All because Jason David Frank wanted to leave, but they wanted time to get his replacement. So they, halfway through the season you got replacements in TJ, Carlos, Ashley, and Cassie, which they're good. They're better in space, and we'll get to that. And then you have Justin, who showed up in the movie, and he's in the show, and they graduate high school after being seniors for like 5 years. It seems. But yeah, and as the way it goes, it gets better towards the second half when you introduce the Phantom Ranger, although his story is dropped very quickly, and the new cast members come along. It seems like the original cast members did kind of get sort of reused and kind of tired, and when the new cast members came in, it got a little bit better. But TJ being baked into a pizza, it is the worst. So next, and the only reason this next one is second worst is because of it's one of those ones that have the super season. To my opinion, the super season made it better. So we got Megaforce Power Rangers Megaforce. That's right. Number 19 is Megaforce and Super Megaforce, and that's because. So you start off Megaforce with this big multi-ranger battle of almost every ranger from in history fighting. And you don't get to it till the very last freaking episode of this season. Not this. This. We have to wait a year, maybe 2 years, to get what they promised us at the beginning. And this was the 20th season. This was supposed to be the anniversary season. But they waited until this one, part 2, to do it. So this technically counts as the 21st season, and it throws it off a little bit. And the battle at the end wasn't as good as we'd hoped. Some Rangers came back, but really they were quick cameos. I did like in this version, this was almost a carbon copy of the original. You got 5 teenagers with attitude being summoned by some weird extraterrestrial head in the wall and his little robot friend. And you have a teacher who is goofy and weird stuff happens to him, Mr. Furley, a la Mr. Kaplan from the original. You got a juice bar owned by a guy named Ernie. Yes, I remember. They said his name was Ernie. I'm like, are you kidding me? And yes, they're back in high school. So yes, it's a carbon copy of the original, and in my opinion, stale version. Next, Operation Overdrive is number 18, and I'll tell you why. The theme song sucks, but I like the story. The story is It's a decent story. It's like Indiana Jones mixed with Power Rangers. It's good. But then you get the second half. The Disney seasons had this thing at a certain point when the season started airing that halfway through they would do some kind of twist or jump the shark thing. And sometimes it would work, sometimes it didn't. And this is one of the cases where it did not. Halfway through the season, we are introduced to the fact that Mac, the Red Ranger, is a robot. And this is after the big 15th anniversary special, which in my opinion is where it peaked. And after that, came crashing down. Because the villains are stupid. In that special, we find out that, you know, there are 4 different villain factions in this season. That's another thing that weighs it down. And they are forced to come together by Thrax, who's supposedly the son of Lord Zed and Rita, which makes no sense. But they're forced to come together. And together, they defeat the Power Rangers and destroy the Morphing Grid. Now, past Rangers show up, and the Sentinel Knight uses magic so that their powers weren't affected. And then they bring in Alpha 5 to fix the Morphing Grid. By the way, I forgot to mention that another thing about Turbo is that they get rid of Zordon, and they get rid of Alpha 5, and they're replaced with someone whose name I don't remember. And that Alpha, this sounded yo. This one does not sound like it. This is Alpha 5. It's supposed to be Alpha 5 or Alpha 6, I don't know. But it's just Alpha. And then Thrax is defeated, and all 4 factions go their separate ways. Why the hell would you do that? You are shown that working together you can defeat the Power Rangers. Why would you separate? And then the robot thing jumps the shark, and it's just all over kind of stupid. Next. Number 17 is Wild Force. Or no, what? Mystic Force. Is Mystic Force. And this is another one that started off good. It's Harry Potter. You know, he makes Harry Potter and Power Rangers. It works. And then you get Dark Wish, which is the 3-parter where the season peaks and then it goes downhill. The Disney seasons had a thing with interjecting villains. Like, we have one villain, we had the Master, and then boom, we had Imperius all of a sudden was the villain, and he was the big villain of Dark Wish and everything, and they, you know, all that stuff. Once Dark Wish kind of went away, it went downhill. We introduced Daggeron, that's okay. Gingy was introduced before this, Daggeron was introduced before this, fine. But then we jumped the shark again, and we have Udana, who's searching for her husband and her son. Turns out her husband has been a villain this whole time, Korag, and her son is Nick, the Red Ranger, who was new in town at the beginning of the season. Yeah. I remember when I was watching this when it aired, I stopped watching. It was like, and it was even before that jump. I just kind of, after Dark Wish, it kind of just went downhill for me. And then buying the DVDs, I saw the twist, I'm like, what? Why did no one ever tell me this? It's just weird. Next. Number 16 is Wild Force Power Rangers. Another one it's a decent season. This was the last Fox Kids season. I don't care what you say. It was the last one. You know, people say, oh, it was already Disney. No, it's not already Disney. It's the last Fox Kids season. And this season would be fine if the Red Ranger didn't ruin it. And it astonishes me. Because watching this compared to Samurai, which the same actor comes back as a different character, he's drastically better in Samurai than he is in this. But he's just terrible. His character is, I understand he was raised by monkeys, and he's anxious to get in and do stuff, but he's just like, in the Forever Red thing alone, he's like, we're not going to let you take back Serpentera. I will do whatever I must to protect the Earth. And when Jason shows up, he's like, hi, I'm Cole. I'm like, oh, good God. And in that 10th anniversary special, where all 10 Red Rangers from the past 10 years have come together, it's Cole that saves the day by himself with a weapon he just got in the previous episode. My God. Talk about stuck up much? Why did it have to be one Ranger saving the day? Serpentera was supposed to be all-powerful, by the way. Yeah, and I do like the Zenaku arc. It's probably the second best villain turns good story, next to Green with Evil, of course. But yes, it's decent. For the last Fox Kids season, it's decent. I just don't like the way the Red Ranger acts. In contrast to that, number 15 is Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel. Not much to talk about here. I don't have the seasons. I liked this season the sort of twist about Aiden and how there was this robot that was supposedly Aiden, but it wasn't Aiden. That's the main character's brother, by the way. And the twist how, it's not him, it's actually Levi, who's been with them for a couple episodes now, and he's a country music star and he lost his memory. But they still keep calling him Levi for the rest of the series. And the whole ninja thing, it's pretty cool, but it gets overused. And this is the start of what I like to say, the Return of the Bulk and Skull era. They decided that starting with this season, they need to have a Bulk and Skull character. And Victor and Monty aren't that bad. But when we get to Beast Morphers, we'll have to talk. Unfortunately, my time is running out, so this is where we're going to have to stop for now. So, we've gotten to number 15, which is not where I wanted to end. I wanted to do all 10, but a lot to talk about. So, so we got to number 15. I've talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. We'll see how many I can go into Google do in the next video. But for now, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get to number 14 in the next video. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.